We're here. We're live. It's another week of Ask Us Questions. TC does not have a button up today.
No, I got
It's a
the
big
window
one.
opening. It's a beautiful day
one.
out. So.
It's a big one. Spring, fake spring is here.
Mm-hmm.
Fake spring is here. Just like USASA is here, and those kids suck. Little turds.
Clogging up.
They're the worst. Tommy had the right idea. Go to Montana and hide.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take this one from Eric Milley. Whitespace needs a full tune. Just drop it at Gravity, or is there a better spot in Summit County? Gravity, Montserrat, or Base Mountain Sports? Those are the three I'd go to.
Yeah, if you plan on riding copper, it would just make sense to bring it to Gravity. Also, if your board isn't completely flat, bring it to Gravity because then they can base grind it there. Where Base Mountain can't really do that; they don't have that machine. So Gravity will be able to fully base grind it and then put a new structure on it for you. So if you're riding
Montserrat will just make it really pretty and fast.
Yeah, they'll do that too.
Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Take this super chat from our boy Letters. What party board are you pairing with the Endeavor Archetype and the K2 Passport? Hashtag I'm a little cowboy. Hashtag Union Mid. Hashtag click links. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd wait till next year and get the new service dog from Rome. Or I'd pick up a new Telos backslash.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you?
I was thinking a service dog, but then also, I mean, even just like a standard war pig would be great because, I mean, it's going to be softer than both of those. So that would work. That'll hold enough of an edge for you. Or even like, I mean, even a Jones Mind Expander, or even the Twin if you want to ride switch a little bit in that slush and that sort of thing. But probably go with the regular. Honestly, it just turns better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. From Blazing Z. Board rack size for my 12-year-old approaching intermediate. Rides groomers and POW in the Pacific Northwest. Not much park. 5'2", 130 pounds, size 8 boot. Current board, Children of the Nar. Something to progress, but still forgiving. Set that weight range where he's got to bump up to a guy's board finally. Get away from the kids' boards.
Either that or women's.
You can get... No, you want something forgiving that's still good. I mean, it's time to look at because they make a 47 shadow ban and a 50 shadow ban and stuff like that. And which that's the unisex or the women's size in that. Same thing with like a moderator, something like that. Or let's see. Don't they make like a 150 Capita Mercury too? I think they do.
I think so. I think that's the smallest size they make.
Yeah, I think it's a 150. There's that. Solomon Assassin, I think, goes down to a 47.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe even go to 44.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, if you wanted to go directional, because, I mean, if you're rides groomers and POW, not much park. I mean, you could even do like a moderator as well because they do make that in like unisex sizes, or even a passport. That also comes in really small sizes too. So
doesn't that come in a 48 and a 51?
I thought it was a 47, but yeah, it could be a
48. Maybe it's 47, 51. I think it's 50. I think there's a 51 in that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one, because that one's got like women's sizes too. So you could ride that, or your kid could ride that with no problem, and it's going to float so much better in that PNW POW. So I would possibly look at that if they're not in the park that much. Like a little bit of taper won't kill you in the park, but like if you're just ripping groomers and
and it'll help you in that Pacific Northwest concrete because you're up in that Cascade concrete. So yeah. So that'll do you.
Yep.
Yeah, you got options. Or if your kid's really a man, get him a 203 BBC. 5'2", 130 pounds, totally can ride a 203 centimeter snowboard.
He'll grow into it.
He'll grow into it for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Be great. All right. From Michael Jackson, Uncle Averin, do you think there is any merit in the single stitch Union boot coming up? Is it creative marketing or revolutionary boot design? Boot looks good from what I've seen. They didn't send me one to do a boot breakdown yet. They said they'd do that in the fall, so play around with it. It's got some interesting tech in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, it's too hard to say right now, like just based on what we know about it, just because we haven't gotten it in front of us. I really do want to know if like the size 12 is going to flex the exact same as the 9, like they claim it will, and they claim it's not going to really lose its stiffness. So I do want to know about that. I'm like, is that true? Can you do that? Like even boards break down. So the fact that you're telling me the boot's not gonna, kind of, I don't know.
Did Travis come up with the idea that the boot doesn't break down? That's what I want to know.
I do want to know that too.
Because according to him, you should just find your favorite brand and buy their boot. It'll work for you. It's not, even if it doesn't fit your foot, it'll just work for you. It's magic.
Yeah, when they pay you enough to ride it,
yeah,
it'll work for you.
I know a lot of people that are dealing with that, complaining that their feet hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. From Liam Curry, 6 foot, 170 pounds, size 12, daily driver is a ride super pig. Thinking of adding another board, riding groomers, carving, and above tree line pow. Thinking Karua Cafe Racer or a Stranda Shorty. Too much overlap. Rex, you think might fit better? Thanks. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, the Cafe Racer is not fun and pow at all. Great for ripping turns, but you already got a super pig, so there's overlap. I mean, out of the two, I'd go with the Stranda Shorty. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go with something else, honestly. I would go with like either a directional board or a park board, but like I probably wouldn't, go with that category that you're looking at. Like I'd be looking at like a deep fake or like something like that, or even even that mega light that I rode the other day, the 9-decker, if you really want to go out there, hit some top speeds, carve, that sort of thing, then yeah. But like with the super pig, I mean, that's already kind of what you're doing when you're carving or when you ride that board, is carving, hit side hits, that sort of shit. So like, I mean, I'd go something directional or something true twin. But
see, right there, you want groomers, carving, and above tree line pow. Instantly, all I can think of is deep fake.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I'm like,
think like that, or a flagship pro, or a Ravine pro, or pick your line on ink, or maybe something from the HPS line from Solomon. You know?
Yeah, depending on how stiff you want to go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of that line.
I was thinking that, and I'm like, that's kind of where that goes.
Yeah. Even a Stratos, like, or if you could find a howler from this current season with the red base.
Oh, the limited edition one, the early release with the pink graphic or whatever it is.
It looks so good. Yeah, that pinkish orange red thing. It looks so cool in person. But something like that, like, I mean, you already got the super pig covered with the short wides. You don't need another one.
All right. Got a super chat from Gringo Brian. Best body part to sell for cash to buy a Stranda Biru for party board. Well, I don't know. I kept getting targeted ads this week about selling plasma and blood. For plasma, they offered me $400 for the first visit and $200 for the second. That would cover the Biru. But if I donated blood, it was $50 a pop, and I could donate 3 times a week. I mean, not legally, but I could. I mean, I might die, but, hey. But, So you need to find one of those really desperate sperm donation places that'll pay for it.
Yeah.
And you just shuffle off some knuckle children, spray some baby gravy, and give it to them.
Yeah. Or kidney, because you got 2.
If you got children, sell your children. Sell their bone marrow and their organs. That'll prolong your life.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got a super chat from Carpe DM. Went up to Copper last Sunday and really enjoyed Peace Park Jump Line. However, never seen so many 12-year-olds in one place. Hashtag never felt so old in all my life. It's because USASA is going on right now. They're all here.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. All of them. It's okay. I did ollie the fence back to Woodward Express yesterday, so those little kids weren't ollieing it. So suck it. Fence was taller than you.
Yeah. Crazy amount of kids. Always.
Always. All right. Yeah, they're here from I think until from week from this upcoming Sunday. So, all right. From Cameron Holmrest, will you be doing a review of TJ Board Archive's new outerwear brand Melt Cartel? Wait, it's Cartel is on there? I thought it was just Melt Outerwear. I'm pretty sure I could find it on Alibaba if I look hard enough.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't even seen it.
Haven't seen him in weeks. He might be dead. Months. I don't even know. Someone said they thought they saw him at Copper.
Huh.
I don't know. I feel like he's got all these weird projects that he does, but all of them are just side projects for his life. I mean, I looked at the specs. I was like, oh, cool. It's the same as every other fucking outerwear brand out there that really doesn't do anything crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I'm going to go with no.
No.
All right. From MB, no question, just a PSA. Buy Spring Break Resort Twin. All right. This one's for you from Space Monkey. Thunder Cheeks. In your top 5 two-board quiver, you pick the Capita Super DOA and the Yes Pick Your Line on Ink. Not the biggest fan of Yes. What Nitro board and Capita board would be your replacement?
Nitro board, it would be an alternator, and Capita board, probably the Black Snowboard of Death.
Not a navigator?
No, because with the Super DOA, I'm just thinking you're probably going to just still want to be more aggressive. So I was like, you can ride the Black Snowboard and pretty much anywhere you can ride the Navigator, and it's probably going to be a little bit more aggressive rider. So that's what I was thinking there. You could do a Navigator too if you wanted to keep it like more surfy on POW days, but I was just thinking you're probably going to want to charge with it, like if that's going to be your two-board quiver. But you could do a Navigator too. But 100% the alternator. Like that's the one from Nitro that I'm doing.
Yeah, that board's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take this one from Keon Ulmer. What's good, fellas? Took me all damn winter, but finally found an Aeronaut 162 wide for 30% off. Any differences between the 2026 model construction-wise?
Graphic.
You get a different painting on it.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have the 2026 sitting at your house, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah,
159.
Yep. All right. Super chat from our boy Jack Offbeat. Best way to celebrate the Mario Farewell Tour before the Euro Gingerbeard moves back to Micronesia. Hashtag nothing gold can stay. Hashtag one less Tinder user in Summit. It's true. MD's going back on the 11th of April.
I was wondering about that today, actually. I was thinking about that. I was like, did he go back?
I think he'll have stayed 88 days in the U.S. He's got to go before ICE comes and deports him.
That's fair.
He showed up to snowboard. He snowboarded. He left.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, a bunch of the guys are coming in for the farewell tour. They were like, "You guys gonna come ride on Sunday?" I was like, "Oh, it's a fucking weekend. I'm not riding on a weekend. I'll show up at like 2:00 and party in the parking lot with you."
Yeah.
I'm not putting gear on a weekend to go ride. You nuts?
What's the date on that one? Sunday the 10th or 11th?
Was it the 11th? Sunday, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Or maybe it's the 13th. I don't know. Somewhere around
Palm
there.
Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernie's birthday.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the 11th and it was a Friday, hell yeah, I'd be there for that. Saturday?
Yep.
I'm not going near that place.
It said riding the weekend of the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because that following weekend, I thought it was the weekend he was leaving, but that's Bucket Banked
Ah.
in Winter Park.
Yeah, TC's got to go see if he's still middle of the pack.
Yeah, see if I'm gonna miss the actual finish line this year, like I did last year.
It's okay. What kind of bets you got with Travis and Eli on this one?
I don't know. We got to come up with one because that'll be the tiebreaker. So we'll figure that one out. It's got to be
if
something
Travis
good.
gets a job with Zinn, I think it should revolve around the next year. Whoever loses has to race with a pack of Zinn up their butt. Like, whoever loses, like, I think that would be the funniest thing. Has to take one of the little tins of Zinn and shove them all up their ass before they drop.
You got to
They
put
have to
the
do
whole thing in your mouth.
the spicy tobacco run.
Yeah. You got to.
I can just picture Travis or Eli with that just puckered, oh my God, this hurts. Oh, and they have to put it in their butt when they're like 10th in place before they drop. You can't just get to the line and shove them up there, way up there. That would be funny. Either that or they have to fill their whole mouth with nothing but Zinn.
Yeah. Yeah, the double.
That would be hilarious. Like, just packed, and they're just having to do a lap. You just Zinn packs flying out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That all depends if Travis gets the Zinn rep job or not.
It's true. We'll see.
That would be fun.
Hopefully, pulling for him.
That would be funny. Either that or loser has to race on clues.
That's just mean.
And they have to walk around the whole day with the stirrups on.
I think it would be funny if we had to walk around the whole day with the stirrups on at the event. You could take them off to go for your lap, but you got to wear those things the second you unstrap from your board.
So you can race with your bindings.
Yeah, but you got to put those things on.
The second you cross the finish line, homie has to throw you the stirrups to walk around in.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God. I would ride right back to the chairlift and be like, I'm getting in line. But you have to wear them at the after party.
Yeah, 100%. You got to go to awards and everything and do that.
You have to drive home with them on.
Mm-hmm. God, that'd be annoying.
Oh my God. Ugh. I think we could do something funny with those clues like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to race with the brocos and the clues on.
Yeah. You wouldn't make it to turn 1.
Oh, that reminds me. Doesn't Powder Tools have a set of those broco bindings? Yep. Is there any chance we could get those for next Thirsty Thursday so the Canadian boys can make a video of them with the brocos with the clues? The next evolution of kookery.
They might be screwed and frozen onto a Rosignal Mini. But
I got a torque wrench. We can just we'll take them out.
Yeah, might be able to get them off. I think we tried at one point. They were like stuck there. I'm like, screw it, we're just gonna leave it because I want to take out the Mini one day.
Actually, it would be really funny to just leave them on and ride the Rosignal Mini with those with the clues on.
Yeah, it would. That would be good.
I think we could do this. I think we could have some serious fun with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could. I could see.
I've got the bet for you. Loser has to do the pond skim with the Rosignal Mini with the brocos with clues on. You get to choose your pond skim though.
That's fair.
You know.
Yeah, that would. What would be the best one? Probably Aspens. Aspens or Steamboats. Those are always well, Steamboat always gets snow on that day, I think. I think that's what happened last year is they got dumped on.
Yeah, but the best part is with like if they fall into the pond skim, they've got the quick release. Just
hopefully it releases.
And that's how we're just gonna end up with a set of clue stirrups with no bases because they sunk to the pond skim. Oh my God. Oh, also guys, we do have a poll this week. So, like we do every week. So make sure you check that out. That's in the chat box. And if you're just getting here, get your questions in. We're going to try to answer them. Not sure how long we're going to last today, but I see there's almost 140 of you in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll take this one from Barnes. Looking for a board for tree moguls and hike to terrain. Should I get something volume shifted, /48, wired arc, or something else like a howler? Anything else to look at? 180 pounds, size 10 boots. I mean, that backslash is really, really good in trees. That's what it's for. The wired arc is just wide. You don't necessarily need to downsize. You can on that. That would be good. Howler might be a little too much.
Yeah, that one's more of that wide open, aggressive, steep stuff. Not the most
you want to
nimble
pop
up there.
off things with that. That board has so much boost. I love the Howler. That thing is phenomenal.
But personally, for me, I do like something a little bit more volume shifted. Like you could even do like a ride Peace Seeker would be good too, because that has enough tail on it where you could still stand on it, use that to power through, but it's nimble enough where you're getting through all of the moguls and the trees and stuff like that without having to work too hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, depending on, you could also look at a Berserker because that thing's fast edge to edge too, and it isn't crazy stiff. So you could do that if you wanted something regular and directional, but yeah.
The answer clearly is 203 BBC.
Yeah. Or a Doughboy.
Or the 195 Doughboy, yes.
Yeah.
All right, we got Roy TT. Is the ride drone just a greatest hits from rides binding parts? Kind of. It kind of is.
Kind of. They put new technology into it for sure. But yeah, I asked him about it. I was like, I love how you guys brought back the rodeo high back. And they're like, it's not the rodeo high back. It's very similar, but we did different stuff to it. I'm like, whatever, guys.
Whatever. It's the rodeo high back with updated. But the new drone inspector are really good bindings. I liked them.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even tell I was riding like an aluminum binding actually with how damp it was. I was very happy with it. I was like, we don't need the C series anymore, guys. You figured it out. Just keep the A now. But yeah, they're solid bindings for sure. I really liked them a lot. That ankle strap is awesome too.
This question's for you from Alberto Neri. Hey, do you know anything about the helmet brand called Anti-Ordinary? Haha.
Friends don't let other friends wear Anti-Ordinary helmets.
Then why'd you let Bernie wear it?
That was poor planning. I didn't know what to do there.
This man is struggling right now, and you guys are being poor friends.
It's true. I know he didn't pay for that helmet, so that's one thing, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Those helmets are like nerds are to like dorks. Like we're nerds, they know they're nerdy. They embrace it. Dorks try to cover it up, and that's exactly like what you're trying to do with the helmet. Nobody cares that you actually wear a helmet. 95% of the people out there wear helmets. Nobody's going to call you out for it as long as that helmet fits properly. Retarded. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I asked Kelsey Boyer from Save a Brain about this, and she goes, she told me, she's like, I reviewed all their test work and stuff, and she's like, from a safety standpoint, they're legit. She goes, is that the helmet that I would like to introduce people to for snowboarding? She goes, no. And I was like, yeah, they just look so fucking kooky. Like, so kooky. And their marketing is ass. Like, I called them out. They were doing like, so there's a sales pitch called, it's the FUD method, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And they've been using that heavily in their marketing. So I called them out on that. And I was like, yo, this is a psychological sales principle that you're doing. And I was like, why don't you do this, this, and this? And I think Rob, their owner, decided to like respond. I think he's the one responding, at least it sounds like him. And he was like going on. And I was like, why don't you just shut the fuck up and admit the shit looks stupid?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like,
someone left
a comment. They were like, are you going to be like one of those influencers that reviews other influencer brands? I was like, no, not an influencer. We're a media entity. We are a media conglomerate that is expanding. My days of being an influencer were small, few, and far between. At this point, it's all about we make programming. We don't make content.
Yeah.
We're not on that
Yeah.
grind of, well, we got to make the next vlog, otherwise we won't get paid. Pay me $60,000 to tell Clue's good. Fuck you, Buckhouse. Hope
But
you
yeah,
get
I mean,
paid.
it's one of those things. They created a solution to a problem that didn't exist. Like, you're not fooling anybody.
No, like, why couldn't you make a regular helmet with the technology you have in there? I'd be curious about that. The big thing was I talked to some other people that work in the helmet space and work like testing it, and they basically said what they're doing is kind of like what wave cell is in helmets, but it looks so much more stupid.
Yeah.
Like the grand consensus is these things just look stupid. And every time I look at them, I still think the best though is that one that the bomb hole has that's like this fucking big.
Yeah.
I like, oh my god.
Well, that's like, yeah. I don't get it. I don't know what the point of that was. Who told them that would be a good idea? But they kind of like, I kept seeing ads for them like in collab with Volcom, and that's when I knew. I was like, Volcom might be in a lot of trouble right now if they're doing this shit.
Yeah, well, Volcom's just slapping their name on whoever wants to pay for the licensing fee.
100%. That's like,
So
Jesus,
yeah,
guys.
you know, the funny thing is, like, I've been around long enough that I remember beanie helmets in like the early 2000s, and then when I worked for the depot in Ellicottville, the basement of the store was the graveyard. It was the sarcophagus of forgotten gear. This place was the scariest fucking. So the building that it was in was an old 1800s building, like brick building. You know, they're all connected, right? They're not wide; they're just narrow, and it had a trap door in the center of the store. Like no one knew that was there. We hit it with a display. I didn't even know it, and I'd been going in there years. And Moose, the owner, was like, "Hey, pull up the trap door," and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he goes, "I need you to go down and clean this." And for 30, 40 years, they'd been just throwing old equipment that didn't sell down there to get it off the sales floor. And like I go down there and I come up with this weird, it looked like the old football helmets from like the 30s, you know, the leather ones that like did the ear pad. And it was hard plastic. The top had no protection. And you put it on and it was just like this like weird racing helmet beanie thing. I found a box of them and took them and gave them to all my friends. And like we would get drunk and wear them around in the parties and headbutt each other and shit. And like that thing looks just like the anti-ordinary. Granted, the anti-ordinary is probably way safer than those things ever were.
Oh,
I always wonder
probably.
why I have head problems, and I'm pretty sure headbutting your friends with that shit on didn't help.
Probably not.
Those things were so stupid. So fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I just want to know where the 3 boxes of the Hello Kitty snowboards are because I want to sell those. $1,000 a pop. There's probably like 60 to 100 snowboards in there. Fucking make my retirement money.
Flood the market.
Man, sell those on eBay, take the money, put it in the stock market into something with a high dividend on it, and just live off the dividend the rest of my days and just snowboard.
Yeah.
TC will run the channel. He'll wheel me out for Black Friday Streamathon and Thirsty Thursday. That's it. Yep. All right. We'll take this one from Custom Coachworks. I'm 6'3", 240-pound rad dad that's been riding for 35 years. Looking to upgrade my current Skunk Ape 65 to Skunk Ape camber. Do it. The Skunk Ape camber is better than the old Skunk Ape. It's just a better board. If you want something else, because you're a big boy, you probably have big feet, check out the Wired Arc as well. Like, yeah. Those are two. All right. Got a super chat here from Hunter. 230-pound, 6'1" big boy. Was looking at a Nerd Relic or a Ride Warpig for my party board, but open to other suggestions. Hashtag Union Not Mid. Hashtag B-Side Mid. Hashtag Loves Truck Stop. What are you doing at a Love's Truck Stop? Are you getting love from a lot lizard?
They got the Ziplocs full of Welch's fruit snacks. They got the big Ziplocs at the Loves.
They got the best gas station boner pills.
They do.
You ever? That might be a side bet. Whoever loses has to pop gas station boner pills before they drop. Has to eat
That
like
would
the
be a good
Black
one.
Rhino 9000 or whatever it is.
Yep, that would be a good one.
Just rocking around at the after party with a raging hard on. I am a horrible person for side bet ideas.
Winner's got to buy him though.
They're not that expensive. They're like 20
No.
bucks.
Are they really that much? I thought they
Yeah,
were
no,
like
I think so.
3.
I don't know. Like
Oh,
some of them
okay.
are as cheap as like $3.
That's what I thought they were. I was like, who's got $20 in quarters?
Between those and gas station novelty sex toys, there's like so many funny things you can find.
Especially at Love's.
Yeah. To go back to the question, I would probably do the relic over the war pig. That's just me. Although you're a big boy, so maybe a super pig would be better.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe a super pig. Like,
Yeah.
At 230.
At 230, a super pig will hold your weight better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
You could do a service dog too, or even a psycho candy would work as well. That'll support your weight a little bit better.
He's going to have to be on the
actual
58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it would be better than just a regular war pig for him because now it's got
Oh,
carbon
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
So. But, yeah.
All right. We'll take this super chat from our boy Dominic. Now that we're all downsizing our boots, is there a big difference between being on the top or bottom and for binding sizing? My 10.5 Nitro boots are on the cusp between medium large and large extra large. So it comes down to the binding manufacturer too, but like with a 10.5 Nitro, I know in a Rome battalion you're going to be maxed out. Like your straps will be maxed out and stuff. You can do it depending on the model, but like with the large extra large, you're going to be pushing it more in, but it might be a little wider on the sides. That's kind of like the issues with that. So if you can, go to your local board shop and take your boots and see how they fit based on each size, because you're literally on that weird cusp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. This question I think is from Nate David. I missed the last 2 streams because I was fear and loathing in Disneyland with crotch goblins. What's your slalom stance? Wait. Were you 100 people back and it's a small world after all before the drugs took effect? That is not a ride to be on drugs on, man.
No.
That ride freaked me out when I was 5, and I've never gone back to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also kicked Mickey in the shins twice. Fucking rat tried to touch me. I would not let, like, all the weird characters. It was like, you goddamn furries are trying to touch me. The only one that was allowed to touch me was Cinderella, because that was a hot chick in a dress.
That's fair.
I was not down with Mickey at Disneyland. My mom straight up said, she's like, you were the only 5-year-old that hated Disneyland. Every day you begged us to leave the park. She's like, you hated it. We'd go back to the hotel and you'd be like, I'm going to the pool. We could leave you at the pool for 10 hours. You'd be fine. Take you to Disneyland. You hated it. Also, that was like 1986, I think, when we went. 87. There's a lot of shit going on. Did get to go to the Epcot Center, though, and get to see the video with Michael Jackson in space.
Ooh, that
was kind of cool. Had leftover puppets, definitely from Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. Anyways, give this man your slalom stance.
21.5 with 15 or 18 in the front, depending on the day, and then -3 in the back. It's literally my same stance. If I'm feeling it.
Don't you put a little more forward lean on the binding?
I do. The back one gets forward lean. The front one stays just normal 0 degree or 3 degree, whatever the binding has on it. But my back one does get 2 notches of forward lean, so I have to stay low on it. And then depending on the course, if it is a tight course, I'll make my stance narrower and try to get it to like a 20.5 or something like that, so I can just decamber the board and turn it a little easier. But for like a more wide open course, I run like my regular stance, and that doesn't really matter to me. But something directional for sure. I wouldn't be doing like 12 negative 12. Might even go 0 in the back.
I think this question is also good for you. From Cool Stuff 123, are Whitespace boards any good?
No, I don't know. I've never ridden one, but based on what I've heard, I was at Gravity a couple months ago and was talking with the people that work there, Tiff and Cam, and I'm looking at the board and I'm like, hey man, the board is separating. And we talked with the guy, and Tiff was like the one waxing it, and she's like, I literally just took it out of the wrapper. So they got a lot of B grades, it sounds like. I mean, that's what my boy Jackie gets from him. He rides Whitespace, and I think he gets like 4 or 5 boards a year because they're all just second, like B grades, defectives. I mean, it's when you get down to it, their regular twin board is pretty much the Burton Progress, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a process. It's
Process.
an old custom. Basically, like all their shit is old Burton molds. I've realized that. So it's the Chinese factory because he was going to get stuff done. So he talked to Capita, that didn't happen. Then he talked to GP87, that didn't happen. So he just ended up at one of the old factories that did a lot of the Burton stuff. And so, like, all their stuff is just old Burton shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, was not fun.
Yeah, not too impressed, but I mean, hats off to them to hooking their riders up with a shit ton of boards every time they break one. So
yeah,
that's cool. At least they got that going for them.
Their marketing person, because so they contract out their marketing person to make inroads with people, reached out to us, and it's the same woman that works for Remind. So she's great with Remind. I just ignored the email entirely. I was like, I'm just going to pretend that you never even emailed it and you do not work for that brand. Because I almost wanted to respond back and be like, Tori, our relationship is really good right now with what you're doing with Remind and John and everything, and we're just going to leave it at that. Because I have no ambition to ride Whitespace. I honestly don't think they'll be here in 3 years.
No, I don't really have that much. There's nothing driving me to do it. I mean, none of you guys are like, you need to get on one. They rip. It's like nobody ever has said that to me.
No.
They're like, you got to review them so you can tear them apart. And I'm like, okay, well, like.
Yeah, if we started getting mass comments from people that rode them and were like, this is the biggest piece of shit, I'd be like, cool, we need to go ride this.
Yeah.
And I would hit up Jomon and be like, give me a board now. But yeah, them Sims don't care. Burton don't care.
No.
You know, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just another brand I don't give a shit about. All right. Got this one from Arush Arrow. Any tips on how to learn riding switch? Thought I was a pretty good rider until recently. I almost died within a few seconds of trying switch. If you thought you were a good rider and you never tried to ride switch, you aren't a good rider, first off. But the bigger thing is you just got humbled hard. So yeah, I've been trying to hit jump switch again. And at 42, that is not – there are a few things that I should not be doing. Hitting jump switch, front boarding down tubes first try. That happened yesterday. That was scary as shit. Ollieing fences that are about this high, which I got it twice yesterday. Didn't die. But the secret to riding switch, pop a backside 180 off your toes, land on your toes, make 3 turns before you're allowed to revert. After you get comfortable with 3 turns, you go to 4 turns, 5 turns, 6 turns, so on, and then you go from there. You have to relearn everything you know about snowboarding because it's 180 degrees of how you know how to ride. So it's all different muscle memory and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But popping a 180 off a roller is the best thing you can do.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would always just do like my first run of the day, switch on like a cat track, somewhere, do that a few times, really hate yourself by the end of it, and then you can go have fun snowboarding.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, we'll take this one from Mark Mancuso. I've seen picture organic outerwear on sale for big discounts. Very few reviews on it. Have either of you tried their jackets and/or pants? So it's been a while since I've even looked at their shit because I thought it was cheap when they first started pushing into the US. Like it always reminded me of like that weird fucking 90s outerwear, like what the fuck that said Phoenix on it, that like what maybe it was Descent, whatever their it was one of their lines. It always felt like that to me. It just felt heavy and like cheap. I don't know. I don't know any shops that have. Wait, I take that back. I know one shop that carried it. Is MSO up here used to carry it. It was after I worked there, and from what I understand, they couldn't give it away, and then they were blowing it out at like 80% off before spring break started. Like it was the first thing to be marked down. So
I think Evo and Christie's carries them now. I wear their underwear. Have I never shown you these underwear? Have I never showed you these underwear? They're like woolly mammoth underwear.
Oh yeah, you showed me those ones.
Yeah, they're just straight up. Do I have anything? No, I don't. Shit. Yeah, it's like don't trust a fart in those underwear because that might just get stuck in there. Like it's the weirdest underwear ever, but they're super comfortable. I don't know why they made them, but I had to buy a pair once we got a pair in the shop. Somebody transferred all of them from a Christie's to Powder Tools, and we sold out of them so fast.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with them is like, do I think they probably have good waterproofing? Yeah. They're French, so it's a very Euro cut on everything too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Some of their color choices are weird.
Yeah, they're Euro.
They're Euro.
Right. But yeah, I think it has changed. Right? I know that shit's not cheap. Like, and a lot of it's like shells and stuff is what I saw. I put them in the same category as like the Jones technical stuff, where it's expensive, it's very minimalistic, and I don't know. I haven't ridden it though, so I didn't think it stretched as well from what I remember, but I know it's expensive.
It's only a 2L, isn't it? It's a 2L stretch. It's not a 3L, is it? Or is it?
I think they have a 3L now. They have like $600-700 jackets. They got real expensive shit now.
I don't know, man. Every time I look at it, I get visions of shit from the past where I'm like, someone's gonna buy that jacket and wear it for 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only wear L1.
Yeah, that's fair.
Benny, if you're watching, put me on the team. Make me an ambassador for life. It's the only outerwear I want. TC will tell you, I wore a 20-year-old L1 jacket heliboarding.
That's true.
And it had the best venting. Yeah. All right. We'll take this one from Mongrel Luke. Hey guys, bought a Kink for all the right reasons. Thanks, Avran TC. Best bind is thinking Union Strata or the Ride C6 have some fuses. Thoughts, recommendations: 6'1", 205 pounds, rail progression, and all jumps. Strata will work. C6 will work. I'd personally probably do a like the Union Ultra instead for that, or pick up like a Rome Vice, or maybe like a Nitro Zero as well.
So yeah, my question for it is, what size Kink did you get, and what size Strata do you have? Because there might be some toe overhang there with that giant ass footbed that they have, where I think the C6 would fit better. Flex wise, I think the Strata would probably flex better with the board. But like you said, I'm 100% with you. I think the Ultra is going to be what you ultimately should be looking at.
Yeah.
Or a hologram, or even a Solomon District Team Pro.
Yeah,
Would be
those
a
are
good
good
choice
ones
for you if you want to
too.
save some money.
Yeah. All right, next question comes from SG. Just as last time you told me that a 58 Spring Break Resort Twin would be fine for park as a 6'2", 230-pound guy, would it still be better to swap it for a 160 next season if available for all mountain, or rather grab a Merc? I mean, I would definitely for all mountain swap it up to the 60 for sure. Yeah, that would be my takeaway with that.
Yep, that's where I'm at too with that one.
Yeah. Got a super chat here from David Crisculo. What's up, guys? Intermediate rider, 5'6", 180 pounds, riding a 25 GNU money for my park board and looking for something to round out a 2-board quiver. What you got for this, man?
I'm trying to think what would be a good Mervin directional for him. Yeah, I mean, you could do like a Dynamo. That'll be a little bit more aggressive, not super aggressive. You could do a lib rig. Or even, I mean, I think like a K2 Passport would also be a really good board for your second one, or a pick your line unink, or just a regular pick your line if you don't want to go that stiff.
Red
What do you
Shadow
got?
Band or a moderator if you want to go a little more directional on that. Here's the other thing that I'd look at, like maybe a Yes Greats. Get yourself an asymmetrical twin that's going to be stiffer than that GNU money. So you're still in that twin kick, but now you've got a heel side edge in there. That would be pretty cool. I'm with you on the Passport for sure. That's a good one. Maybe a Rome Ravine.
Yeah.
You know, just get out and do that. So, all right.
Or even a Night Decker Escape.
I could get down with the Escape. That board's like underrated.
Yeah, I felt that too. I was like, for never really hearing about this board, it rides really well. Not the dampest thing out there, so it's not going to be as damp as your GNU money, but it's still like it holds an edge. It floats really well. Like it's a sick board.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you got options. All right. Take this one from M. Curious how the Capita Aeronaut compares to the GNU 4x4 in terms of flex, pop, and dampness. Well, the Aeronaut's got way more pop.
Yeah, not as damp.
Not as damp. Stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can go
Lighter.
big on. You can go way bigger on the Aeronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like they also turn different as well. Like the 4x4, you can kind of chill on that one. On the Aeronaut, you like have to put the power to the edge, otherwise you're just going to slide every turn. Shid near turns, as we say.
Don't be shitting.
Mm-mm.
All right. We got Adam Oldson. Recommendation for replacement straps or possible adjustments, modifications for a 2024 Union Atlas ankle strap that sits too low and causes in-step pain. Pretty sure you can move the heel strap up on the Atlas, can't you? No?
No.
I thought you could.
You know
Well,
what
anyways,
you
you know what you want to do? Grab the Felcor strap instead.
That's exactly where I was going.
They solved that. They solved that problem for next year, anyways. Like everything, just get the everything, just Felcor.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what you do is you reach out to their department and you try to order a pair of those Felcors, those straps, and you're good.
Okay, from Angel Garcia. Hey guys, what bindings have a big imprint like the Union Strata, but maybe a little stiffer? Thank you, Felcor.
Yeah, the Falcor.
Literally, that's the next step for you right there.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. We got Alexei Somik. Hey guys, do you have any preference when it comes to edge angle? Was wondering about the difference while sharpening my edges. Thanks for the content. I'm absolutely horrible with this. Like my personal board has a reverse curl most of the time. The edge is just fucking it's awful. Like when it finally hits the worst, and I'm like, man, this thing's feeling hooky. I will finally go in and just do a 90 on it usually. But Herbster chewing on something.
Yeah, now he's sleeping.
Okay.
I was like, "What do you got over there?"
That's
Nothing.
okay. Baroness went to the door and flopped hard. I heard her.
Just heard her just hit the deck.
Just flopped right into the door. Just But when I lived on the East Coast, I would do like a 1 degree on the base and leave the side still at 90. So it was just like offset angle and stuff. I mean, everyone can do what they want with it as long as it's sharp. That's really the big thing.
I do a 1-1 on mine, which is just standard, which most companies will do coming out of the factory. I've heard of people for racing do a 2-1 where it's a 2 on the base and a 1 on the side. Kind of weird. Like I feel like you got to get a little bit further over, but it allows you to turn a little bit deeper with.
I did that when I lived on the East Coast, and I used to play around when I worked at the resort and had a tune shop at my disposal. I used to do that if I knew we had a border cross race coming up and stuff. It holds a little bit better. It's a little different. I mean, for the average person, they're probably never going to notice the difference.
No, I would say 1-1 will be perfect for you. Like, I don't think you need any extra than that, but like, I definitely notice if I don't have a 1-1. Like, I went and got my board tuned at Powder Tools last year, and my boy Marty was fucking with me and gave me a 0-0. And I went to turn the board sideways, and it just wants to just pancake straight down on the snow and like catch your edges. And it's like, what the hell is this? Had to take it to gravity and put a 1-1 on it and be like, Marty, you son of a bitch. And he just started laughing. He's like, my bad, dude. I didn't think you'd notice. I'm like, of course I would notice. That's how geometry works. You're going to notice that.
Fucking Marty.
I love
him. Marty. All right. From Colt, what are your thoughts on fixed bindings for 2026? I rode the Block 3 yesterday, which is, so there's the Block 7, the Block 5, and the Block 3. So they only have 3 models for next year. And it kind of rode like the Nation, which I really liked. I mean, it's a bare bones binding for adjustments. It's got a bigger dead spot. It was actually a good binding. Like, it was the binding I was on when I ollied the fence to get to Woodward Express, which is not a low ollie. So I was like, the response was good. The new straps are amazing. The only thing that I really don't like is the way the high back sits in those grooves because they have that pop down piece and how you can adjust it. Yeah, TC's got him there, but he's got you got the Block 5s, right?
Block 5, yes.
Yeah,
I believe.
And so like the high back was rattling. Mm-hmm. That was the only thing I didn't like in it, was that there was this weird rattle that I could hear when I was skating and stuff. When I was like strapped into both, I didn't. Ratchets were good. Everything else was fine. Like, I think it's the right move for them.
Yeah, I don't think they needed so many. Like, last year, I mean, they had 5 or 6 different kinds of bindings that all kind of overlapped a little bit. It's like, just save the money, guys.
Yeah, like I think they're solid. Like, I'm actually excited to ride the Block 7s next and see how those perform.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, because I think the Block 3 is going to have like a sub 200 US price point on it. Don't quote me on that because they might change with tariffs and shit. But for what it was, I was like, this thing's solid. It's just a solid, good binding.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like this question from OgreBoy666. Should I get my wife's boyfriend a Gilson with katanas or a Megadeth with clues?
Megadeth with clues, and click the links.
Yeah, get him the Megadeth with the clues and then file the cleats down a little bit so they prematurely ejaculate. I mean, eject.
And then
I don't know what's going on in that cuck chair you're sitting from.
And then put those, put a 2-to-1 bevel on it and just send him on his way.
Yeah. All right.
Or put a 90 or just 0-0 on it. Really?
Well, edges don't matter. Well, actually, that's a Megadeth, so they do matter. If it was the Gilson, it doesn't matter. All right. From Florian Gebhardt. Hey, Averin and TC, looking for a board to complement my Yes the Greats on ink and my Jones Stratus. Any suggestion? By the way, why hockey helmets? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Fuck. That's going back to the anti-ordinary thing, like the weird.
Yeah, I think so. But
No, you need like a. I mean, you got the Stratus, you got the. You probably want like something short and wide.
Yeah.
That's maybe a Telos backslash Super Pig from Ride. I don't know, something along those lines. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe like a Nitro Squash or a Nitro Pow would be cool.
Yeah, like a Solomon Fish, something that's like, because you have two pretty aggressive boards as it is that they're going to handle the speed totally fine. You want something that you can just butter around on, have fun on, I think. So yeah, like Jamie, or I just read somebody said Jamie Lynn Short, and I was like, no, not that one. You don't need that board. There's better ones out there. But yeah, like a service dog, excavator, something like that would be good for you, or even a soft twin. Like that you can butter around on, like a Kink would be good. Or you really want to do it like a mechanic from Rome.
Take this one from Architecture Anywhere. Convince me not to buy the Stranda Biru. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. Now click the links.
Yeah.
Next question. Oh, this is a good one from Jackoff Beat. Cause of death, toe side slalom boner. Hey guys, what's that weird line that's in the about waist length for TCs?
Yeah.
He's coming around that bend. I mean, I know that the lower one's his toe edge, but what's
Yeah, left a
just
trench
toe
there.
side?
What the hell?
Oh my god. That's too funny. Right. Take this one from Super Crazy Peanut Butter Dave. Our white base is a definite gonna get dirty as fuck. Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Especially
They
if
look
you hit
good, though.
rails. You hit
Yeah.
rails, those things are gonna be. All right. Take this one from Chris Yee. Since you guys mentioned the new service dog, how's the new service dog versus the stolly fish? Service dog more freestyle, stolly fish more powder oriented. So we get a double kick on the new service dog on the tail for next year. They kind of twinned it up. They made it a little softer, more freestyle focused. And there it's more like low angle party boarding pow, whereas the Stollyfish is going to be like you can actually charge with it if you needed to. It's going to be a little stiffer. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. Looking for a good question here. Oh, we'll take this one from YG. Did you guys get to try out the new Sky Pilot yet? Thoughts? I need validation. It was my favorite board from demo day. We're still waiting for our K2 stuff to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of where we're at now.
Waiting on it, getting a little nervous.
Yeah, getting a little like, guys, is this ever gonna fucking show up?
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious how it rides. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be super interested. I mean, I think you're riding it this year, but I am very interested to see what you have to say about it. Because I know Ben the rep has been on it since they got it, and he's like, this thing rips. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
All right, from Victory Stone, what's your favorite board from the Nitro Quiver and why? 203 BBC. Because it's a 203 BBC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be it. That's the only one you need. It'll handle anything.
I don't know. The Basher is kind of cool. The Slash is kind of cool. Like, they're all cool. The POW is weird. That's a weird one to ride. Like, that one, I'm not.
I'm trying to think which one I rode. Because I know I rode the Banker. That one was all right. You like the Banker more than I like the Banker. Yeah, I mean, they all have their place.
Yeah.
Like the Fin Twin. That was sweet.
Fin Twin's fun, too. Like, the cool thing about the Quiver boards is they all have their place. And there's not total overlap with all of them. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for it being such a big line, that is kind of cool. That is really cool, actually, that they don't all overlap and shit. And you're like, okay, I understand why you have all of these now.
All right. From Nathan Harvey. Have either of you had any chance to demo the Jones Howler? Oh, yeah.
We both wrote it, actually.
Evo tried to film TC on it for a video, and the guy that was filming couldn't keep up.
Yeah, you could see the tail of the board in the clips I'm in. But it's super fun. I really enjoyed that thing. I know you had a blast on it.
That board is just so much fun. Like, I could ride that board every day and be happy with it, I think, for the most part. It's a little stiffer than I would personally like, but getting on that thing, I was having a blast with it. Like, that thing was really, really good. So, all right. All right, let's see. Looking for a good question. We'll take this one from Abram Morton. 5'7", 200-pound gym bro. HGH! Oh! Want a directional board that can handle real choppy and icy conditions that would also be great in a bank slalom. I'm looking at the Gremlin right now. Gremlin's a solid choice. I'm going to throw out the deep fake as well.
Yep, deep fake, Stratos if it's not super tight courses, because that does have like traction tech on it, so it will grip a little better than your average. Otherwise, the GNU Bank Country, that's literally what it was made for. It's in the name.
Yeah. Bank Country, very back foot dominant in there too. It's got that progressive mag in there too. So
yep. Trying to think what else you could do. I mean, Alchemist holds really well on ice. 203 BBC.
I mean, it's funny, but
yeah. You got any other ones for him?
You know, you might like one of the Takas from Solomon, but you got to go really big with them, like really big, because they get floppy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nidecker Megalite.
Pick your line on ink.
Yeah, that'll grip really well.
That's a good one. Yeah, the Nidecker. You might at 200 pounds, maybe go up to the Escape Plus from Nidecker.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I was like, maybe the Escape Plus actually, because that's also going to be damper too. So when you are on ice, you'll feel everything with the Megalite. The Escape Plus, you'll be fine. Like, you won't feel quite as much. They did put some dampening in it, but that Megalite.
That United Shapes transmission. That's another one that I would consider. Also, you might like a Karua, like the Pencil or the Pencil Plus, if you want stiffer. I think the regular Pencil though, because it's just ride it big and floppy though, so it can really like meander through the turns of the bank slalom. Probably won't handle the chop the way you want though, so maybe the Pencil Plus would be the way to go. Yeah. All right. Okay. From Sam Hornick. Saw Buckhouse at Silverton this past weekend, walked around like he owned the place. Sounds about right. He thinks he's God's gift to everything. Why couldn't he fucking die in an avalanche? Also, it's been a rough week for snowboarding. We lost two really great guys, Alex Pashley and Jeff Keenan. There is a GoFundMe in the description for Jeff's wife and 2-year-old child. So I haven't made a donation yet. I'm going to. I just got to figure out the budget stuff and how much I can do. But Jeff was one of the owners of Dinosaurs Will Die, pro snowboarder. Just when I say Jeff was a stand-up guy, I mean he was just a fucking, that's it. He was a stand-up guy. Like, I could go years without seeing him and the conversation would just pick up and we'd go from there. And Pashley did a lot for a lot of people and was a big mentor and stuff. TC knows him better than I do. I had very minimal interaction with him. I had more interactions with Jeff, but yeah, it was a rough week. Very reminiscent of when Craig Kelly was taken out in Avalanche. So, and having just read Darkest White, that's kind of like in my mind how that is. So, yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah, keep them in your thoughts. Take some turns for them next time you guys go out.
Yep.
If you're in Colorado, they are doing a thing at Steamboat for it, a little memorial ride for them tomorrow. If you can make it up, they're doing it at 3 p.m. I think meet at T-Bar and rip some laps with the squad.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Just thinking about the homies. So, all right. Nathan Harvey, early on in your snowboarding career, what was the first thing to humble you when you thought you had a grasp on everything? Mine was when I went to Mount Bohemian, Michigan. It brought me back down to earth. My first day snowboarding, I broke my wrist.
Nice.
Like, literally broke my wrist. I still have issues from it. Like, that's how I learned to snowboard with that. And I've been humbled many times on a snowboard. I get humbled regularly sometimes. Like the other day, Kobe was like, "Yeah, Avery, you can totally." There's like a sea. It's like a weird, like kinked sea rail, and there's a tree. So you go like the way you hit it is you go in and you're between two trees. So there's a tree here and here, and the rail goes between it in Red's backyard. And my homie Kobe was like, "You got this," and I was like, "Okay, I got this." I fucking smoked the goddamn tree full speed. Just fucking hugged that bitch. Just hit it. Was like, oh god. I was like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Like you can get humbled. Like yesterday going into that front board on that down tube by accident, fucking humbling. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna get fucking worked. Like I went to 50-50 and it was so greasy. I slid it, like basically started to slip out. And I was like, if I slipped out, I knew I was going to taco it. So I was like, go front board. So I went front board and I'm like doing this and I'm doing this thing in the air, or this going down the rail, and I was like, yeah, getting humbled. No, man. The big thing about snowboarding is like, no matter how good you are, there's always someone better. And chances are they work at a t-shirt shop. They don't want to be sponsored. They don't care how good they are. They're just having fun. That's the biggest humbling thing.
I mean, mine that just instantly comes to mind is went riding with one of my friends. I was like, I keep my phone in my upper pocket here by my chest because I never fall on my chest. And I proceeded to board slide through a box, catch on the dragon box at the end that just shot me straight up, landed on my chest, and broke 2 ribs right there on the first run of the day. So that was the most humbling experience right here. It was like second year, maybe snowboarding, something like that, and just first run caught it. I was like, shit, that's okay. And then that's the only time I've ever done that. I've tacoed a rail, cracked 1 rib, and then popped one out of place, which was even worse than breaking the rib.
Oh, dude, popping a rib out is so hard because then you got to get it back in. And that is such a bitch. Like, I dislocated 2 lower ribs skateboarding when I was like 13, and that took forever to just heal there. Oh, man. You want to talk about getting humbled? Catching an edge and rupturing your spleen.
Yeah, that was it.
That fucking humbled me so hard. Oh, God. Like, granted, the injury, the accident, the precursor to it the week and a half earlier is cooler than how it actually went. But yeah, that sucks. All right.
Yeah.
From Orlando Arellano, have you ridden indoor parks? If so, how was it? I've been to Big Snow. It was fun. It's like if you've ever worked in a kitchen and you go into the walk-in to escape from people. That's how it feels. It's like humid and like, the features, they get really rutted out really quick. But you can do hot laps like no other. So that was really cool. Yeah. So I don't know. It was fun. I'd do it like 10 out of 10. I would do it again. I paid $80 for 2 hours, I think, which was a little high, or maybe it was $80 for 2 lift tickets for 4 hours each. I can't remember. Whatever it was. I mean, I thought it was a little steep, but I had fun. I might go to New Jersey this summer. If I drive, I'm going back to New York in May, so I might drive down to go see some friends. And if I do, I might take my snowboard and go. I might just throw my boots and my pants in the car and steal one of my friend's boards and just go and not give a shit. Whatever. He buys like 2 new snowboards a year and rides like 10 days a year. He doesn't care. I just go in and figure out which one's the softest and then hit shit. So yeah.
No, that's fair.
So
yeah, I haven't ridden any. So maybe one day. We'll see.
yeah. One day I'll take you. From Wahoo Angry. So I've heard that ankle flexion is crucial for holding edges. How would you describe the proper technique for ankle flexion? Well, I mean, the big thing is, so like if you're in the boot, right? So this is your boot. You want your foot flat, but you got to know how to drive into the boot to get it to flex right here. So it's a lot of pushing your knee over your toe, or when you pull back, it's how to drive your heel and bring it up, the toe up towards your knee when you're doing it. It's just it just takes time. Like a lot of people are just very straight-legged riders, and they don't understand that you want your ankle bending so your knees are over your toes, and then you want to rock it back and forth, and that's it. And then it's a lot of knowing how to, like on your front foot when you go into a turn, how to roll from the outside of your foot while pushing down on the toe edge. And then as you engage it, you roll in with your back foot and push down. But then when you flat base, like if you're disengaging the front, you're going to pull up on the ankle here while pushing down. So the board is kind of counter twisting as you're putting your weight in there. It's a lot of trial and error. Right? Yeah, TC?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. From Arcade, what's better for butters and jibbing? Battalion Wally or Disaster? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're both soft.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah. This is a good one from Lightnar. Legit lulled at all the whiners saying they weren't going to buy Remind since he didn't do a good job selling it on the video. Bought a pair of the liners this week and they're legit. Enjoy whining losers. Dude, I don't understand. Yeah, John was tired when he did that interview with me, and I was tired as shit. And that's also just how John is. Like, he's just a chill dude. And all these people are like, he's not pushing it hard. And I was like, what do you want to do? Hey guys, I'm here with this, and like, if you shove it up your ass, it's a suppository that'll make you like, fuck off. He gave you all the information you needed. Like, those liners are super fucking legit.
Yeah. I mean, some people just aren't salesmen. So when they have to go on there, they can talk about all the tech, all of that stuff, but they just can't put it into really pushing a sale, which is totally fine. Like, that's not his job. His job is to make a good liner and a good product. Like, that's why he hires like Matty O to be the salesman for him. Like, that's what it is.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no,
like,
it's like, I've got a set of their liners that I need to. I've decided I'm going to test them in the fall.
Okay.
Because I just don't have time right now with everything going on. I thought I could do it. I'm going to do them next. So I'm going to do them from opening day. I'm going to do them from then till Thanksgiving, I think, till Black Friday or right before. Okay. And because I should be able to get like 20 something days on them. So that'll tell me what we need to do, and then I can do a whole video on it. Yeah. Let's see. From Philip Y, do either of you guys ride the Megadeth regularly? No.
Can't afford it.
I've got the new one sitting out in the living room. I got to ride it.
I mean, if I owned one, I might, but like, not if I bought one.
Yeah. All right, we got Arv Chris thinking about getting aboard with magnet traction for those icy days. Carving, charging, side hits, etc. Got a good deal on a Libtech Dynamo or a GNU anti-gravity, or should I consider something else? Out of those two, I'd go with the Dynamo. It carves better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In there, but if you want one that's actually kind of sneaky good at charging and carving, the E-Jack knife. Like, that thing is like absolutely surprising on edge. It's
I
like
can see that.
it's got good torsional flex, but then it just grips and locks in. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Uh, oh, I like this one. From Mongrel Uke. Blew up a skier kid that tried to snake my line as I dropped into the XL jump. Full yard sale, you guys would love it. Plus, follow cam got the whole thing. Fuck yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. I'm here for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Got a PSA super chat from S Scott 1986. Like the video, you heathens. Yeah, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, so
See you tomorrow, Steve?
yeah, should see him tomorrow.
Question mark?
He's bringing me up some of the Bomber Pop flavored liquid IV because they don't sell it in Summit County.
Yeah, my buddy's been having to order it through Liquid IV's website because it's like 75% off compared to buying it up here.
Are you shitting me? Fuck,
I'm
maybe I
not
should order
shitting you. He goes, dude, I've been buying like 100 packs of this shit through their website because it's a million times cheaper than it is here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fuck.
Sounds good.
Maybe that's what I do now is I'll just go buy a year's supply.
Mm-hmm.
We got a super chat from Jackoff Beats. When's the Angry Times Remind insole? My destins are dying. I haven't heard anything from John. I thought it was still happening. I guess I'll have to reach out and see see if it's still happening. I hope it is. So yeah. All right. Got this one from Toby. What pieces of gear were furthest from your expectations of it going in both good and bad?
I guess honestly, battalion bindings, like they were amazing, and
These things were worse than I ever thought they could be. Like I knew going in they would be bad, but they were so much worse.
Battalion bindings are like honestly, in my opinion, the greatest thing that they make. Like that battalion makes, they're super stellar, like in every way. Yeah, like they work so well. Those chaos heel wrap or those battalion blaster heel wrap is awesome. I love that binding actually. It was super comfortable. Otherwise, I'm trying to think what I had really high hopes for and was just disappointed on. Well, also the Orca, I wanted to hate it, couldn't hate it after I wrote it. I couldn't. It did everything I wanted that day. It was one of those, like, shit, I wanted to rip it apart and I can't. It actually rides powder like it's supposed to. So
I don't know. There's been like boards that I've ridden where I'm like on paper, I'm like, I should love this thing, and then I get on it, and I was like, oh, it's a snowboard.
yeah.
Like that K2 Embassy on paper should have been everything that I would want to recommend people. And then I was like, oh, this thing just overlaps two other boards that are better. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can't really think of one that I really had high hopes for and was like, nope, this thing actually sucks. Like I can't really think of one.
Okay, we'll take this one from JP. When's the phase review comparison coming out? Our editor's on vacation right now, but so there is a big. We're allowed, according to the powers that be, we're allowed one video to put out until the fall, and then we're going to be working on some other stuff with them. But so we've got a video coming out that will have Katana, Blaster, Mercury, and the team binding. So all four of them in the same video, breaking down the differences. Doing it should be over 10 minutes. My guess is it's probably going to be a 15-minute video. And
yeah.
But yeah, so we've got that coming for you guys. But I don't want to put it out this month. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put it out, it'd probably be the end of next month. Because I want something that like can sustain views while we go on break.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. take this one from Frank D. Pasquale. Did you guys ever get on those weekend snowboards back in the day? I rode the old Heike Sorsa with the board game on the top sheet for a couple seasons. Oh yeah, I rode them. I rode both models that they had. Basically rebranded forum boards almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, kind of like the powers that be. They were fun. Like I had fun with them. They were stiffer than I think people thought, but they were good. Like they were a good board. So yeah. Oh, I like this super chat from Joe Gunn. $10 for Uncle A's stem cell therapy. $10 for TC's soft shell toxic bell tacos.
I had 5 of them today. They were delicious.
Oh, you fucking asshole!
They were so. I had to go to Napa anyway.
I've eaten
so
3 donuts and a banana. That's it. I'm dying inside.
Yeah, that was the
At
first
least
meal
the
of the
donuts
day.
weren't stale this time. They were good. They were delicious. They were fucking delicious.
I got donuts yesterday for the squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I figured I was at Napa. I might as well go pick up some Taco Bell. And for 5 tacos now, it was $10. I was like, what the hell is this shit? Like,
Hey man, I went to the grocery store. Normally, when my favorite cereal's on sale, it's $2 a box. It was $2.29. I was like, "What kind of bullshit is this?" I usually, because this is the time of the year when it all goes on sale, but the best buy date is like, it'll be like December 2026 or something stupid, or like it'll be all the way to 2027. So I'll buy like $100 worth of this shit, so I can just put it. So I got cereal for the whole year. And I was like, you guys are throwing off my budget. 29 cents more. Bullshit. Fucking broke.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be 79 cents for a soft shell taco back in my day. Now we're up to $2. That's crazy inflation.
Yeah. All right.
It's not even real
SG
meat.
Justas with the super chat. Thanks for all the great advice throughout the season, Avery and TC. Love the Spring Break Resort Twin so far. Currently riding it with Insanos, but always wanted to try boots with more flex. Would you recommend to try the Fuses? I'm going to say the same thing I tell everyone. The best boot's the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. That's where I'm at with things.
Yeah, I mean, if you want something a little softer, it's going to have a little bit different fit to it because it does have the wrap liner. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just try it on, you know? If you got to buy it, try it, and send it back, you can. But, like, I love that boot. I've had 7 or 8 pairs of them now. I'm on my 2nd pair of the season so far. Love them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm riding Thraxuses that are slowly disintegrating in front of me, and they're new. But yeah. I'm doing it for the people. I will kill this pair and keep talking to the boot designer to make them better.
Yep.
So, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I like this one from Eva Han. What effects are tariffs going to have on the snowboard industry? It depends on the company and the product. But by and large, I'd say expect probably a 20% increase from a lot of brands. Not even ones that are importing from overseas. Even domestically, you might not see it this year or maybe even next year, but the year after, it's going to come down to like, so a lot of U.S. manufacturing, so like Mervin and stuff, their wood comes from Canada. And then obviously the steel for the edges and the inserts, that's China. The plastics, it's coming from Europe. The epoxies come from, I want to say Italy or something like that. So over in Europe in there. So you're going to see some changes in there. Textiles, it's going to be different. Like, so, you know, I foresee that we'll start seeing $1,000 snowboards as a normal thing, which is awful.
According to Solomon, it's going up by dollars, is what they said. Like, barely. And some models aren't even going to go up in price. But as for everybody else, I have no idea.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be hit or miss depending on the brand. You know, the big thing is like, because Burton just hasn't changed shit for so long and they front loaded all their stuff. They probably just have a warehouse sitting in the U.S. with just so much shit that's just black. They'll be like, oh, look, here's another Cartel. We didn't change anything. It's black. It's a carry forward. It's a carry forward. I fucking hate that brand. I was looking at the email, those emails that they sent me again, and there's part of me that just wants to angrily respond even more.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, every day, I just like, no, don't respond. Don't respond. Like, fuck that brand. The ultimate fuck you is not working with them. So we'll take this one from Curtis. Is the ride A8 binding too much for the ride Zero? I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice.
I would recommend flipping the strap if you're going to do it.
Yes.
Have the softer strap on top and give yourself a little bit more lateral movement there. But yeah, like you said, not my first choice. I'd probably go with the C series first and probably like a C6. But if that's all you have, it'll work for you.
Yeah. All right. We'll take this one from Adam Rouse. Only about 20 days of riding on my battalion Astro Sim bindings and seeing significant wear and tear on the ladder's teeth. Is this normal? And am I tightening down the ratchets too tight? The fact that I'm still running original ladder straps on my black labels, which have the same ratchet and same ladder, tells me that you probably need to move your heel strap and toe strap one click one way over. The big thing is put your boot into the binding, not with you in it, and tighten it down and look and see if it's pinching in on the sides and it's like doing this, and if you're bottoming out the ratchets. Because if you are, then move it over one or two clicks, like back or forward, depending where you need it to be, depending what it is. But yeah, that probably is. You're probably really close to center, and you don't realize that if you just brought it back like 2-3 clicks, it would change where it's gripping and it wouldn't wear it down as much. Or you've just got a really fucking chunky ass boot that's big and it's just forcing them to do that. So this question's for you, TC, from Stromval. How is the 3BT on the Beyond Metals? Does it affect the contact points, and how does it feel to engage the edge on carving?
No, it's after the contact points. It feels like a normal snowboard. That's why I loved it so much, is I didn't feel the 3BT. It carved like a normal snowboard. It popped amazing. Like, if you're used to just a regular snowboard, you're going to just get on that thing and know exactly what to do. Like, it's not like the rest of their 3BT where it's at the contact point, sometimes even pulled even closer to the center of the board. It's past it, more like on the Antidote by K2, where it's on the outside of the contact points in the nose and the tail. So the only time you're ever going to feel it is if you're really buttering on the nose a bunch or you're in fresh powder. But otherwise, it's just going to ride like a normal snowboard on hard packed.
Yeah. Because, like, if you go and you compare that to something else, like, say, the Goliath, or like a Disaster, you can see the difference in the 3BT, like, drastically. Yeah. From Bear264, do you guys like soft boards or stiff boards on spring slush? Kind of
Depends.
middle of the road.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked my Super DOA for it, where it had a soft nose and tail, but there's some guts to the middle of it where I'm not just like getting bucked around every which way. I can like still press, have a buttery time on it, but charge when I really need to, especially when you get that hot, just grippy Velcro snow where you get thrown a little forward on a softer board, that thing just folds in half. Where I like a soft nose and tail on it and then a little bit stiffer underfoot. That's how I feel.
I just want a middle of the road flex, something I can play around with, but if I have to charge, I can, or if I need to push off the tail. So,
yeah.
All right. I think this one's more for you. Peter Giuliano, have you ridden next year's Rome Ravine? If so, how is it?
Yep. Rode it. It's a lot of fun, actually. I don't think it's as damp as the old one was. A little bit more lively. Got a new shape to it, but still nice snappy tail on it. Like, you could still ollie really well, still hold an edge, use it to drive off the back foot. A little bit softer in the nose there, but for the most part, super fun. I love the way it looks this year, like, or for next year.
Yeah.
Where it's a sick board. I have no complaints about that one. Just like last year's Ravine, I really liked it. This one, I just kind of like the shape a little bit more, but really nothing that bad. Definitely more on the lively side than I think the old one was, though.
All right, we got a super chat from Florian Gebhardt. Tip is for not butchering my name. I try, but Florian Gebhardt. That sounds like it's might be French, and my last name's Lefebvre. So there you go. Can you share your thoughts about the phase bindings? Stale and Victor De La Rue rode them. How can they not be good? I mean, they work.
They're solid.
Right here. TC's testing everything with Jones Phase Mercury. So I've ridden the Katana and I rode the Blaster. I like the toe strap more on the Blaster than I do on the Roam, but the Roam is stiffer than the Katana is stiffer than the Blaster one. What I don't like is the 2-degree canting in the footbed. They're a little more rigid underfoot, which is on these, which compared to like their regular counterparts. But otherwise, the system works. I mean, I think I figured it out by the second lap and had no problem with it. And I was just like, I'm in. It works. It's great. The bindings are lighter than a Supermatic. I think for the people that are looking for something that's a little easier to get into and want performance, they're going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just need my skate tech, and I'll be 100% happy with them.
Next year.
It's coming. 2 years. Technically.
Well, 2 years for the public. Next year for you.
Yeah.
All right. We got a super chat from BT. Click the links. Got a ride algorithm in C8. Let's go. Thank you. I know mountain bike season is coming, and some of you guys buy online. Remember, our affiliate links do work year-round, even if it links to snowboard stuff. So, like, if you click a link and then you want to go buy a $10,000 mountain bike, we're not going to complain. We'll probably get credit for that. So that would be awesome. Oh, my God. Here we go. This is the one I'm waiting for. Jack off beat, knowing what to do. Why are lace boots and Vans irrelevant? Hashtag Kazi, hashtag FOBs. So, backstory on this. I put out a bunch of Vans boot breakdown videos and put the Envato Pro out, which is a lace boot with bow on the side. And one of the comments was, Vans are an irrelevant company and lace is obsolete. And this dude was not liking that people were calling out his hot take pretty shit. And so like I go in and I see that. So I counted how many different lace models there are on the market. It's like somewhere between 84 and 87 is what I could find on there. And this dude was just losing his shit. And he's like, I'm a level 2 snowboard instructor and no one uses lace boots. And I was like, it's pretty. He's like, go to any big resort and you'll see that no one uses it. Well, dude, I was at Copper today. I'm pretty sure 9 out of every 10 kids had a lace fucking Vans snowboard boot on. Like the amount of Vans that I see here, I was like, it's anecdotal, but it doesn't do it. But this dude just went on. And so he was bragging about how he's like an instructor at Whistler. So I reached out to a friend that actually works in the ski school up there and is higher up. And I was like, hey, is this one of your guys? And he goes, he's not one of our guys. He's probably one of the illegal instructors that took our courses. So he could say he's a certified level 2 and then sells illegal instruction packages to other fresh off the boat Asians in Vancouver that come up to Whistler. But this dude went on a whole tangent about how Brighton is the best brand in the world and the biggest, and they don't make lace boots. And I was like, Brighton hasn't been a top 5 brand in almost a decade, dude. Like, harsh truth.
They're not even a top. I wouldn't say they're even a top 5 boot brand anymore.
They're one of the worst boot brands. Like, quality-wise, their shit's diminished so much. But I thought it was just so funny that this guy was just going on. He's like, bow and speed zone and that. And I was like, and I'm like, different strokes for different folks. He couldn't grasp the concept of the best boots, the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. And some people need lace. Some people want lace.
Yeah. I love lace boots.
You ride lace. Yeah, Kobe rides lace, like
Larney rides lace. Half the I would honestly say half of snowboarders, actual snowboarders, ride lace. At least. And then
Yeah, bow is convenient. Speed zone's convenient. Like my big thing is like, and this is what pisses me off about the new Thraxis is I like the Thraxis with the steel cable with a lot of tension because when I tighten it, it doesn't move. They put that nylon cable in there, and now I'm just like that thing's riding like a boot with 75 days on it, which this time of the year it's fine. But I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I like boa that's restrictive. That's what I like. I don't want to flex through the boot. Speed zone isn't that. And laces, I never, like, I remember when, like, I've been riding boa now since like 2003, 2004. So, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm working on a big video. Just one, I'm gonna just dog on these fucking people that keep trying to shit talk different boots and stuff. Like, there's a whole contingency, and it always turns out to be these fucking. They're Asians. They're Chinese Asians that just moved to like the West, trying to tell me that I need to ride different boots than the Thraxis. One, they believe that I've been in the same pair of Thraxis now for over a decade, which, like, okay, so if I've been in the same pairs, there's one pair. There's two. I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I've got like 11 pairs in this house, all different in there. And so there's that, but like they can't grasp the concept of the best boot being the one that fits their foot. Like the one dude was going off on this tangent about like, you need to be in Burton boots. And I was like, no, the last time I rode Burton boots, it cut my Achilles tendon. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's yeah, I don't know. But the best part was like, so this dude was like adamant that his opinion mattered. And then when people were calling him out, he was playing the victim. So I was like, I got to see something. So like, you know, public profile, public YouTube account. There's a video of him riding. So if this is the lip, right? And this is the deck, he'd get to hear and be on the deck of the lip and he'd pop. And I was like, you think that's snowboarding? And he's like, that's how Kazi level 2 standards are, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they don't teach you to pop after the lip. Like, it's just so fucking weird. Like the dude, and then he was trying to do like some deep hard carve. So it was like high angle carving, but like you're basically laying over and then getting back up. And I'm like, the snow's fucking fresh, dude. You should be riding that pow.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yep. Love laces.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, laces are obsolete. And then he tried to tell me that because there's only like 87 models, he's like, that's just so small. And I'm like, 87 models is a fuck ton of models.
It's too many,
Like
that's
a ton. And I went through like every big brand, and then I went to every tier 2 brand, and then I went to every tier 3 brand. And I'm like, that's a ton of models.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 80-something models is quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like just 80 models in snowboarding boots in general is a lot to me.
Like, I just don't like some of these people's logic that want to argue or think stuff. And I'm like, look, dude, you can have a different opinion, but when you got a shitty hot take and I call it like I drop an actual fact on you that you're like, because he was adamant that there's not that many lace boots and they're going to go the way of the dinosaur. And I'm like, 87? No, I don't think laces are going to go anywhere. I mean, it's just how it is. Like, you know, well, the funny thing is too, and I pointed this out, I was like, with the Nitro TLS system, you can remove the speed zone if you absolutely have to and lace it like a regular traditional lace boot. And I was like, so that means that all their speed zone boots can be laced if you absolutely have to. If you have to. So, yeah. All right. Take this super chat from Andrew Pearson. Wrote a LibTech cold brew this season, picked up a wired directive for next season. Good or bad decision? Great decision. You're validated. That's all you're looking for. Let's see. Okay, let's look for some other questions here. Ooh, I like this question from Harry Friedman. Got a wide forefoot and my Ride Lasso Pro wides are packed out. Will the Remind liners fit a fat foot? I don't have them in here right now, unfortunately, but like, so the heel, so like they're heat moldable too. They should fit into that Lasso Pro though, and they should fit the width in there. Oh, somebody's either trolling or this is their first time ever coming into this live stream with this question. From Zachary Duck, how do we feel about Gilson's? Oh, they're some of the shittiest boards ever built. TC, what are your thoughts?
Oh, they're dog shit. I've only had to tune them, and it's the worst thing ever. I've turned people away, being like, I'm not tuning that board. Like, what do you mean? You don't want it? I'm like, no, I'd rather put $20 in the register myself than have to tune that thing. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not. Nope, not doing it.
They're
First
built
off, they're
like
not flat.
shit. They're built like shit. The finish on them looks like it was finished with wet sandpaper, cement, and a cat clawing it. Like they're just ass. They're just cheap shit, overpriced. They're built cheap, and then they're overpriced. Like they're just such fucking turds. They're so fucking bad. The first time I ever saw them was at a trade show, and they had all their boards out. So I'm walking by, and they're out in the asshole where all the shitty brands are, right? And I'm just walking back from taking a piss, and I'm like, oh, what's this? Big old swallowtail. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And I was like looking at the 3D, and I was like, oh, I've seen this stuff done like this before. Flexed it and snapped the tail. Just snapped it. Like, Jesus Christ. And then I started looking, and you can see the imperfections and stuff. I mean, that company is such a fucking joke, and the owner is such a goddamn douche canoe. He was like, he hit me up last year before Thirsty Thursday, and he's like, you have to promise me that you will put video of you riding my board, and I'll send you one to review. And I was like, why would I do that for you? I don't care about your validation. I know I ride. People that know me know I ride. People that know snowboarding know I ride. If you don't believe I don't ride, that's fine. Cool. You work with fucking influencers that ride fucking green runs with selfie sticks and stage performative philanthropy. Eat a dick. I don't care. So I told him, I was like, grab a board off the shelf and send it to him. No, we have to custom make it for you. I don't want a custom made board. I want a board that you would sell to the general public. That's what I want. I want you to go grab one off the rack, put it in a box, and fucking send it to me. And that fucking little dickhole. Oh, here's another thing. The owner doesn't snowboard. He's a fucking skier. Fuck him. Dude sucks dicks with his butthole. But we got into it, and he's like, I designed this thing. And I was like, fucking Dina Star Skis did the same thing back in the 70s and passed on it. Like, my favorite thing is, I don't have it in here. So, like, Omatic snowboards back in the day used to do a 3D shape that was like 3BT, but it went all the way through the middle, which is what Gilson tried to do. But theirs is like a step like this, right? Theirs is banked on it. Signal has it on the new Compass. The Compass Creeps has it. This is what Gilson wanted to do. You can actually belt grind and stone grind that Signal. You can't with a Gilson. You have to do the middle section. You can't do the edges. So it's like a whole thing there. And but yeah, like they're such pieces of shit, and the people that ride them can't ride. You lose all your edge control with it. It's just crap. Like, my favorite thing is they're like, it's snappy and flexible, and I'm looking at it going, there's no snap in it. It's just rebounding because it's so soft. You can touch it end to end, and that's it. Here it is. I still got this in here. So this is one of their older boards. They don't have a CNC machine to mill their core. They might now, but they didn't. They didn't for years until after their factory burnt down. They might not now. So their core profiling actually isn't even. They actually were like hand sanding things and eyeballing it. So you're like, this thing, like there's gaps, extra epoxy and shit. They're inconsistent. And then someone that worked for them that they let go actually reached out to me, and I can't say his name. It's anonymous, and I'm going to protect my anonymous source. And she them, reached out to me and were telling me how bad their construction actually is and their finishing process and everything. And it was the funny shit. And evidently now they're ordering shit from China and trying to pass it off as being made in America. Like the whole company's a fucking scam. Fuck them. When they finally go out of business, I'm going to be so fucking happy. I'm going to unblock Nick Gilson on fucking Facebook and be like, oh, little poor boy went out of business. Better go back to teaching, bitch. Like, fuck off, you fucking chud. Like, the fucking company fucking sucks dicks with its butthole. Everyone that works there is a fucking chode. Like, Jesus Christ. Shit, like, you made a shitty fucking product and then you conned people. Like, you hired a marketing firm that figured out how to get, like, music acts and sports teams to make your product. Like, at one point, they tried to tell me that they were making, like, 50,000 boards a year. And I was like, there's no fucking way. You have 2 presses. If you were running 3 shifts every day, with those 2 presses, you could maybe make 30 boards a day. Maybe. Like, a bunch of fucking liars, dude. Ugh. Yeah. All right. Anyways, we'll take this question from Jack of B. TC, help me man up and start breaking in my fuses. Should I start wearing them around the house before next week's Mauricio Goodbye Palooza?
Yes, 100%. You should be wearing those things when you're sitting at home drinking beer and like doing whatever. Just don't wear them outside. Just wear them around the house. Let your feet warm them up. Like, let them expand a little bit. Tie them real tight so you get like that feeling. Because after I've been breaking in mine this week, I have that shin pain again like I did before. And I'm like, it'll go away in a week. It'll be fine. But it fucking sucks when you're out on the run doing that. Like, I'll be sitting there halfway through the run. I'm like, man, I just want to stop right now because I feel like all of the hair on my shin is being just rubbed off right now. And it's like, it'll get
Just
better.
slamming into
Yeah, it just feels like this the whole time. Every time I flex into the moon, I'm like, this sucks. It's like I got socks on over this and I still feel it rubbing. But just do it at home. It'll make your day so much better when you do actually come up here then. So wear them around for like an hour or two, take them off, let them breathe, cool down, put them back on. And that should help.
You want to rapid break them in, fill up your bathtub with warm water and step in.
You can do that too.
And
I don't do that, but
you
you
shit
could.
out of them and then pull the liners, the footbeds, everything out and let them air dry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to take this one from our boy James Peterson. Cereal. How do you stay thin eating that carby shit? Fuck. I just look at a box of cereal and gain 2. I eat 10,000 calories a day. TC's literally seen me house food that most people couldn't get through the full plate and then be like, I need dessert.
Mm-hmm.
We go to an all-you-can-eat buffet and they'll ask me to leave. Like, I am... It's just elevation, snowboarding every day. I don't know what it is, but like... And I live on sugar, too. I love sugar. I'm probably going to die of cancer. If any, yeah, so, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's high calorie diet. I mean, granted, today all I've had to eat is 3 donuts and a banana. Had to get my potassium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. We'll take this one from SG Justas. Does anyone know around what time of the year Capita releases their new boards? Besides early release dates, can't find much online. It's usually like 3rd week of September to the 3rd week of October, somewhere in there.
Yeah, something like that. Mid-September, mid-October, depending on what shop it is and if they paid their bill or not. If you pay your bill, you get the shit first.
Yeah. We got a PSA super chat from Braden Rickard. PSA, crank your hog, not your bindings. We'll take this one from DWDC. Any flex change to next year's 25th anniversary Black Snowboard? I think it's still the same. Like, I don't think anything changed according to the catalog from when I asked them, and they were like, no, it's still what it was last year.
Perfect.
Yeah. So. Ooh, my dog's barking. Oh, she's barking again. Maybe the K2 stuff finally showed up. Either that or she just wants to get on the stream. That's what it is. I don't know. Let's see. We got a super chat here from Avalar. I heard that Solomon and Bent Metal have licensing for the Supermatics. What should we expect from them? It's the new LT model from Supermatic, and we'll have reviews of them. So, but yeah, they are licensing it.
Mm-hmm. So expect a Supermatic with a different high back. It looks like, at least with
different high back, and I don't think the straps are different, or if they are, they branded them like the buckles might be different, but I don't know. Eli hasn't given me the Solomon Super, or are you doing the Solomon Supermatics?
We'll figure that out when we get there. We'll rock, paper, scissors for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll take this one from C Story 333. Think about going to Copper in late April. Looks like the conditions are still great. More snow on the way. Do you recommend a late April or early May trip? The sooner the better right now, because when I left, it was like over 50 degrees, and yesterday it was 60 degrees when I left the mountain. We do have snow coming in starting Saturday, but
yeah, I would definitely say sooner than later. Normally in May, it's if you're not here by 9 o'clock and leave by noon, it's like molasses out there. Like everything's sticking. You can put on whatever wax, whatever structure you want. It's still gonna grab you like Velcro.
Yeah. The good thing is, if you're on Icon Pass, you can go to the basin, and the snow will last till at least 12:30.
Yeah. You got till 12:30, especially.
You get an extra half hour.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like looking at the way the storm cycle's been this winter and like how it's going, I think we're probably going to see some more storms in April and May. Which, I mean, even if you're coming to Copper, but if you're as long as your ticket's good up at the basin, I would go up to the basin if it's a POW day. It's probably just going to be a little bit better. That's what I would do. So, yeah. I like this super chat from Francois Seguin. 210 Ron Burgundy needs to. Goddamn, Capita. Yes. We want the 210 big Ron Burgundy snowboard.
Yes.
How many times do we have to keep asking for this?
We need it.
Yeah. So. Let's see. Looking around. I like this statement from BT. Tariffs have me preparing for a never summer in Gilts and Quiver. No. See, what you got to do is you got to find the idiots that bought things at full price and sell it on Facebook Marketplace. The secondhand market's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's always Mervin.
Yeah. We got this one from Road Trip Rohan. Elevated Surfcraft and Whitespace equal two companies we haven't seen reviews on from Avon. Never going to see one from either of those companies at this point. Whitespace has a higher chance than Elevated Surfcraft. The fucking owner of that company can kiss my ass. Piece of shit motherfucker. I want to punch him in the face every time he opens his mouth. Fucking biggest poser fuck kook. Him and Caleb Flowers can go suck each other off all the way back to Arkansas. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I feel like we're getting to the end of this here. Been here an hour and 54 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, from Tim Hunt. Apparently, phase designed by a guy here in Christchurch, New Zealand. Yes and no. There was a binding designed by a guy. It was called the Struth binding. It was shit. It was shit, and I'll be honest, it was just shit. The concept was good, but like I looked at it when he was trying to sell it, and I was like, "Yo," I was like, "These aren't going to catch on because of this, and this." And the guy didn't want to hear it. He tried to argue with me, and I'm like, "Look, man, you just got to make it better." Because I know JF Pelchet and they had a lot of people work on this for the last 7 years to do it. This wasn't just one person. It wasn't that. But I believe Nidecker bought the guy's trademark or whatever so that they could get the start of it, and then they just refined it. Like this binding, which is going to be Gen 1 to the public, was better than what that guy brought to the public for his Gen 1. That Gen 1, like, it's as bad. It was as bad as the Clue binding. So, yeah. So, also, this is a good one from our boy Chef Drew. I saw the Ultimate Unicorn turd at Brighton on Sunday. Dude was legit riding a Gilson with clues. Did he have dope snow outerwear? Outdoor master helmet and goggles?
That was a big waste of money.
The bigger question was, did you get trapped up in the canyon when that avalanche happened the other week?
Oh, yeah.
We were wondering if you made it home from work.
Yeah, we were wondering about that, actually.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it looks like he's stuck up there for the night, if he is there.
Yeah. I like this one from Brad Rosted. Hey guys, joined late. Heading to Keystone next week on a scale of 1 to fucked. How much am I going to die if I've only ridden East Coast mountain? Oh, you're going to love Keystone because once that sun gets off the front side, it turns to ice. It's like being back on the East, but it'll be like the best day you ever had on the East.
You might get
fine. Actually, next week's going to be a great week. It's supposed to just hammer us with snow. So set your stance back, lean back, smash past, spray skiers. You'll be fine. Yeah. It's not a step in. All right. Oh, this is a good one from Insularity. Rewatched a 90s Craig Kelly snowboarding video the other day. It was amazing to see those guys make riding snowboards basically made of plywood looking. Mm-hmm. I look back on this stuff because I've been riding so long, and I was like, how the fuck did I ever ride that? Like, it blows my mind when people are like, snowboards were better back then. I was like, the fuck they were.
Yeah, no, I always think about that too. And like Craig was like the first actual engineer to like put effort into real snowboards instead of just dudes in their garage doing it. Craig actually went to school for it and like pretty much is the godfather of modern day snowboard and bindings. The dude put 3 straps on his bindings at first because the boots weren't good enough for him. Like, it's crazy.
I rode a set of 3 straps one time. I'd never do it again. But yeah, no, I mean, just like you look at the technical advances in snowboarding, which maybe I should make a video about, like showing that, because there are people out there, like literally had a comment the other day, nothing has changed in snowboarding in 30 years. I don't even know why you're reviewing stuff. And I'm sitting here like, huh? The fuck? What? I can literally go reach under my bed and pull out my old K2 Travis Parker and show you how much it's changed. A 59 with a 24.7 waist width? What is that, a ride berserker these days?
Yeah, about that. So, that. One of the most narrow boards out there now. That was just average.
Yeah. Like, I think it's funny when people are like, you'd be like, someone will be like a size 9. I'm like, oh yeah, 25.5. That's like basically a wide for you. No, it's not. I need a 28 waist width. I was like, what? What fucking world do you live in? Like, people haven't realized like what's considered a mid-wide now would have been a wide, and like what's considered a wide now would have been an ultra wide, and an ultra wide would have been a super ultra wide. Like, no. Snowboard widths now are like San Antonio women. They're big, they're wide. It's a Charles Barkley reference, in case anybody didn't catch that. All right. From John Desheens. How do the Union Force step-ons compare to the Burton Step-on X? Thinking of switching it up next year, but like the stiffness of the Step-on X binding. TC, you wrote this. We have a review of this. It is out.
We do have a review out right now on that.
Yeah.
I would say they're probably very comparable to it. They're way damper though, and they're not going to crush your board if you do get a little buttery on it, like where it actually has a soft base on it, nice and damp. Very damp binding, actually, which surprised me.
Toe cleats are tighter, too.
Toe cleats are tighter. Those things saved my life, actually. Otherwise, I would have been fucked because that heel didn't engage. So it lifted, but the toe cleats kept me in. So they're better? I don't know.
Oh my God, you got to see this. Chef Drew coming in. I did get stuck. The server who waited on us when we ate dinner literally missed getting swept up in it by a few feet. Next morning was fucking dope, though. Dude, stoked.
Damn.
Good. You deserve to have good pow days.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't get swept up in it. So that's good. Same with her. She was a nice lady.
Yeah, she was. She was down. She knew.
Yeah.
We were fun. All right, we got H&N Champ. Wanted a Capita Indoor Survival on clearance, but my size sold out. Can get the Outsiders for $100 cheaper. Want a dedicated park board for mid-sized jump spots. I mean, that board's great on jumps. It's stiffer than the indoor, like noticeably stiffer.
Yeah. It's their most aggressive park board they have. So.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to call it a day, though. Let's check the poll results first. Do you like our polls? 50% of you said yes out of 288 votes. 5% of you said no, sinners. 14% said what's a poll, and 31% want to know where our polls are at.
I only use those for pointing.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're going to get out of here, and we'll be back next week. We've got a few more live streams before we wind down for the spring break before we come back into the summer. So we'll figure that out. Trying to get a couple good videos up. Got some more boot breakdowns and stuff, so we'll do that. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.